Do you know how large propellers are made? In Pakistan, they use simple methods to create the world's most perfect propellers, and they sell for only 2,000 rupees. First, they dig the necessary pit in the ground, constantly measuring the dimensions. Then, they place the propeller model inside, use alignment tools for measurement, and backfill the soil. Creating the mold around the model is very challenging and requires years of experience. With the cooperation of 4 masters, the sandpit is finally completed. Next, they place a release layer inside and fill it with molding sand to secure it. After securing, they place an iron mesh on top, insert wooden strips into each mesh, and fill it with molding sand to replicate the mold. Once fully filled, they use a crane to lift the iron mesh, place 3 wooden blocks underneath, and set the mold on top. They then apply a release agent in the sandpit and use heating equipment to fix it. The replicated mold also needs to be heated and fixed. After heating, they carefully join the pieces together. The masters then prepare the molten iron by melting scrap iron in a furnace for 2 hours. Once melted, they use chains to extract the molten iron and move it above the mold for pouring. This process requires extreme caution to avoid rapid pouring, which could damage the mold. After pouring, they wait for natural cooling. 2 hours later, the masters remove the casting and transport it to the next process using a cart. They fix it on a lathe with a crane, start the equipment, and first drill a hole in the center. They then change the cutting tool to smooth the inner surface, ensuring it is flat and smooth. After measuring the dimensions, they switch to a cutting device to carve a slot inside the hole, constantly observing to prevent overcutting. Finally, after testing and confirming the dimensions, the masters place the propeller on the ground and use a grinder for detailed polishing, ensuring all uneven areas are smooth. This process tests the master's attention to detail. The finished propeller is then installed on the ship. Watching this video, does it change your perception of how propellers are made?